Welcome back to Speaking of Reading. Today I'm joined by Lara Major, who has a wealth of knowledge to share with us about early literacy and building reading skills. Lara, welcome to Speaking of Reading. Would you like to share a little bit about your background with our audience?
Yeah, sure. I started out as an elementary school teacher. I taught kindergarten and first grade. And then I realized that I wasn't very prepared to teach reading. So I went back to school and got a degree in reading education. I became a reading specialist, and then from there I started teaching other teachers how to teach reading. So I was an adjunct instructor for the University of Virginia for years, where I worked in their graduate program, and then became an educational consultant where I helped school systems develop curriculum and do professional development, specifically in literacy.
Fantastic. So you're going to be able to help us talk about some of these really sort of foundational elements to getting children into being lifelong readers. So let's start with talking about the importance of reading.
Okay, yeah. So, I think the first question is, what is literacy? I think people first say, oh, it's reading, it's books, but the fact is it goes so much beyond that. So I like to think about literacy like it's a big rope. And you think about a rope that's braided, it's got these individual threads that come together. Well, we can think about literacy that way. If each of those individual threads is a strand of literacy, they would be listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And you really can't separate them out. It requires weaving them and braiding them together to make that rope strong. And that's how we create a strong sense of literacy in children, by incorporating all of those parts of language acquisition. So when you think about reading out loud to children, you're really strengthening their vocabulary. Young children are most likely to pick up language through listening to others speak to them or by having stories read aloud. So beginning readers in particular are very dependent upon their oral language skills to be successful readers. So if you think about a child encountering a word like rug, they have to know that words are segmented by sounds. They have to know that the sounds correspond with the letters, but they also have to know what a rug is in order to easily identify with the word. So the more we read to children, the more we expand that speaking vocabulary, which makes it easier for them to figure out words independently when they become readers themselves.
And so you don't have to just be like a formal reading, like sitting down together with a book in front of you. This can happen at any point in the day, right?
It can. And the point is we want children to associate reading with joy. That's how we build lifelong readers, by creating a sense of security and safety. And you don't have to do that at any time of the day. We're all busy. Everybody knows that if we have one more thing we've got to fit in the day, that if we have a set time, it's not always possible. So being flexible is important. Now, with that said, I like to think that making it a part of your daily routine is a really important part. I know with my children when they were growing up, it was always a part of our bedtime routine. And we really loved climbing into bed together and snuggling, and books became just a calming part. It was something that they associated with it's time to go to sleep. And even now, when my daughter, who is almost 22 years old, comes home from college, she sometimes turns to me and says, "Oh, Mom, can you get in bed and read a story to me?" So, talk about the growth of a lifelong reader.
Yeah.
We want it to be natural and as enjoyable as possible. Yeah.